This is the Four Principles, Season 1, Chapter 7. In this episode, we will be discussing an outward application of the four principles to LCD screens and working backward to a new kind of dual valence structure. In Season 3, Chapter 8, of the Digital Key, we talked about ring structures, which are structures comprised of digital and adjacent analog structures in dual valence, forming a ring. In that episode, we did not specify whether each structure, in dual valence, was centered around some common central person. However, in this episode, I would like to propose an arrangement of two dual valence sets centered around some common central persons, called a paired dual valence structure, or a pixel. Let's suppose you are sitting on your couch watching a movie. Now, you have decided to watch this particular movie at the same time as a friend halfway across the world. You are both sitting in front of the same movie, watching the same scenes, while you communicate by text message. That is, there are two digital streams entering your vessel, one corresponding to your consciousness in that moment, and the other corresponding to your friend's consciousness in that moment. In fact, the same goes for your friend, who is likewise experiencing two streams of the reverse orientation. Now, we know that two digital streams will travel into the same vessel when it is in dual valence between three structures, two digital, one analog or substitutionary. That is, in structure 1, impulse 1 is affirmed, impulse not 1 negated. For structure 2, impulse 1 is affirmed, impulse 2 negated. For structure 3, impulse not 2 is affirmed and impulse 2 negated. But for your friend the same thing is true, and in fact, the same two streams are traveling into their vessel, only in the reverse orientation. So centered around two common central persons, there is a tetrahedron, comprising your vessel on one side and their vessel on the other. However, just as there are two arrangements of the three sets of impulses in affirmation and negation, which can produce dual valence, so too does each side of the tetrahedron match the distinct orientation. A pixel is effective in representing digital media, because there are 7 colors, which red, green, and blue can produce through additive color. An LCD screen uses red, green, and blue pixels to produce these 7 colors by overlapping of pairs. Just as our pixel has 8 arrangements, 2 of which produce dual valence, we can see that in total there are 7 total combinations of affirmed and negated impulses in the 3 structures on each side, including dual valence. Thus, you can represent all 3 additive colors through the 2 impulses, and they're not sets using a substitutionary third analog structure. That doesn't mean that each impulse is always the same color, merely that the dual valence corresponds to you and your friend seeing the same image on the screen at the same time. Thus, we can also say that departure from a given color, for either you or your friend, eliminates dual valence, resulting in the involvement of a new structure member. Thus, dual valence manages overlapping consciousnesses, by ensuring that only those who see the same image in process will exist in a pixel, or paired dual valence structure. Now, what does it mean that you and your friend experience the same two digital streams? Well, they stem from the same central persons, or structure members, who are in priority hierarchically or tautologically. That is, any phase flips which return the paired dual valence structure will be maintained by nonlinear intersections precipitated by each central person. That is, the same central persons preserve the continuity of the experiences of both paired individuals during the time they are joined by the media. In effect, each stream is centered around a distinct central person, reflecting 2 streams, who maintains both you and your friend in dual valence. In other words, at the conclusion of the movie, or if you were to stop the film halfway through, we see a phase flip in one of the 2 digital structures on your side, such that one of the streams now flows into a distinct vessel. This represents a nonlinear intersection initiated by one of the common central structure members. That's the end of the podcast for today.